some small landlords are running out of time, cash, and options.
Under an eviction moratorium, renters affected by COVID-19 have not had to pay rent for 11 months now. They are protected for at least another 5 months under new legislation. CBS 47 investigative reporter Kara Rucker shows us that help offered to renters is hindering landlords.
People across this country will be forced to pay tens of thousands of dollars in back rent when this ends. In some cases, local governments are allowing evictions to continue despite the moratorium. In other cases, landlords are going bankrupt due to the lack of income. The solution is to cancel rent and mortgage payments.
Nobody else, butchers, bakers, candy makers, they're not required to give their services for free. But we were the landlord, so I'm going to be out of the landlord business.
This month, Robert Givens sold the home he rented out, the house he bought and lived in for 30 years, before finally renting out the home and buying a new one.
Well, it just feels terrible. You know, now we just have to go on, just forget about it.
Givens made the decision to sell after going 11 months without being able to collect rent.
The pandemic has made this situation far worse and far deadlier, with the rent and utility burdens rapidly increasing at a time when corporate profits are soaring. Corporate profits are soaring. This legislation will provide the people with the relief that they need. Today, I'm proud to stand here. I'm proud to join with Congressman Omar and my colleagues as we work on this, fighting for the basic right of shelter. We're talking about shelter for people. This is something that should not be negotiable. This is something that we should not have to have a discussion about.
Landlords could be paid 80% of back rent if they forgive the other 20% of what's owed. Givens says he doesn't plan to let his former tenants skip out on paying him back.
I will be going to court to get 100% of the money that this tenant owes me.
For me, the thought of overwhelming rent payments brings back painful memories. I'm standing here in Congress as someone who has been unhoused with 2 children living out of a car, only to be let down and left out by our government.
Under Senate Bill 91, any action to recover unpaid rent in small claims court has to wait until August 1st. Givens says he's well aware it will be a long time before he sees the $17,000 that he's owed.
I introduced the Rent and Mortgage Cancellation Act, which would permanently cancel all rent and mortgage payments until April 2022.
This is something that should not be negotiable. This is something that we should not have to have a discussion about.
I don't care. I don't. Shut up. I don't. We hate you. I don't care. We're gonna kill you.